Okay, this is about how to tell if a guy likes you, if you're a woman. 20 signs, and this is from www.paymag. I'll spell it out. peimag.com. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, I'll stick a link to the thing in the comments section, pin it to the top. We all know how oblivious men can be when it comes to picking up hints from women. Yeah, those stupid bloody men. But they do point out here, in fairness, women will sometimes miss numerous signs that a guy they like is interested in them as well. Okay, it's balanced so far. So let's have a look at them. 1. He will try to hold your hand. Now, if a guy tries to hold a woman's hand, then how can she miss that? I mean, obviously he bloody likes her, but dear Lord. A guy will always try to initiate some sort of hand holding. Well, no, he won't. That's not necessarily always. No way. 2, he walks beside you. Well, you mean it's a poster on the other side of the fucking street? It may not seem as much, but a guy who's into you will always pace himself to match your walking speed. If a guy moves too fast or too slow, he's either not really paying that much attention to you, or he has something else on his mind. Now, he's probably trying to just get the fuck away from you. 3, he touches his neck a lot. According to psychologists, men will often touch their neck when they're feeling vulnerable. This being said, you should also keep in mind that some people will also touch their neck when they're lying. So he's a hand-holding, lying, vulnerable neck grabber. So he's got one hand on your hand, another hand on his neck, because he's vulnerable, he's lying. So you really should be aware of the circumstances when this happens. I'd be confused as fuck. 4, he presses his hand against yours. We've done this already, thank you. 5, he's always standing next to you when you're in a group. Okay, well, that's pretty obvious. 6, he doesn't look directly into your eyes. Well, that speaks to me of being he's a shifty bastard, and that's a little bit that he's being disingenuous, particularly if he's holding your hand. 7, his legs are pointing at you. Oh dear God. 8, he keeps. Let's do 7. He points his toes involuntarily at you when you're in a group of friends. 8, he keeps his legs crossed. Well, if his legs are crossed, how the fuck can he point his toes at you? Presumably he's sitting down and you're sitting down next to him and in front of him, and he's pointing his toes at you. How's he going to do that unless he, I don't know, puts his feet halfway up your skirt? 9, his pelvis is facing you. Well, it would be if he's got his bloody big toes in your pussy. 10, he touches your knees. 11, he puts his hands on his hips. This is like the okey fucking cokey pokey dokey. Look, how can he hold your hands, touch his lying vulnerable neck, put them on your knees, keep them on his hips, with his toes in your pussy? I'm a guy and I'm confused. Can you imagine how fucked up a bloody woman would be reading this? I don't know, maybe they get it and I'm just being stupid here. 12, he remembers trivial things about you. Look, she's a woman, everything about her is trivial. 13, he leans towards you when you talk. Well, with his feet in the pussy and the hands on the knees on the neck and the leans towards you. Sounds like an exercise to me. Sit-ups with the toes in the pussy. 14, he will take a deep breath upon seeing you. As so, a guy who likes you will sometimes take a deep breath or a sigh whenever he sees you. A sigh. Give me a bloody break. It's the opposite. A guy who sighs to me is an absolute simp, a mangina. But I'm not sure about that deep breathing thing. That sounds kind of creepy as well. 15, he looks at your face. Well, I thought he didn't want to make eye contact. He's looking at your face. Maybe he's looking at your nose. I don't know. 16, he licks his lips before addressing you. You see, when you're attracted to someone, your body automatically produces more saliva upon seeing them. He sounds like a drooling fucking pervert now. 17, his laugh is sincere. Well, I don't get that. I mean, how... 18, he smiles with his teeth. What do you mean, as opposed to with his ears? 19, he raises his eyebrows. Well, if he reads this, he may well raise his eyebrows right up to his bloody hairline. If he's still got any left and hasn't pulled his fucking hair out, which I'm starting to feel like doing. Hands on his neck, yeah, to throttle himself after reading this bloody stuff. Anyway, so regarding the raising of the eyebrows, it says, this is precisely what happens when a man sees a woman he likes. Sees a woman he likes. His natural instincts take over, and he finds himself laughing wholeheartedly, taking deep breaths, and raising his eyebrows. Call the cops. 20. His pupils are dilated. Sounds like he's been taking drugs. Speaking of involuntary impulses, a man's pupils will always dilate when they see something they like. And sometimes that something they like might be you. So if you're really interested in finding out whether a guy you like finds you attractive, check out his pupils. What is she supposed to go around with a fucking ophthalmoscope? Jesus. I'll tell you when else people's pupils get dilated as well. When they're in a fucking coma. The pupils are fixed and dilated. Any anaesthetist will tell you that. And right now I feel like I need to be anaesthetized. Fuck. So how to sum this one up? I don't know. I think I would just advise women that if you ever meet Mr. Hands on your hands, on his hips, on your knees, around his vulnerable lying neck with the feet in the pussy, with his legs still crossed, this salivating, shifty-eyed, heavy-breathing fuck, call the cops. Oh, and one final piece of advice, ladies. If a guy likes you, he'll tell you. Thank you.